Okay, welcome back to the Success, Money, Marriage podcast.
You looked away.
Podcast. I'm Steve Siebold. This is
Dawn Siebold.
All right. So,
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about being childless by choice. Having no kids by choice. They call it childless by choice. Okay, and so I've got some statistics I did that's thanks to Pew Research. The statistics were published in 2021, and they're pretty strong because a lot of we didn't have kids, so we're childless by choice, and so a lot of times, in the beginning, we had a lot of people ask about it, but people after a while never really asked.
Because I got too old to have kids.
Well, yeah, but we were married for 20 years before that.
Yeah. No, back then we were called dinks, right? Double income, no kids.
Oh, I forgot about dinks.
Yeah, we were dinks. Back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, we were double income, no kids.
Double income, no kids. We both had small incomes. Our incomes
they were
dinky.
Very small.
They were dinky incomes.
Yep.
But, that's right, dinks. I forgot about dinks. I haven't heard that in a long time. Jeez, okay. Funny you remembered that. So Pew came out with all this research in 2021 because more people are choosing not to have kids. And there's lots of reasons why, and there's a bunch of stats about that I want to go over because if you're in business, if you're getting together, if you're cohabiting, you're living with someone, these are things you probably want to consider. Some of these reasons, just because I think these people are out ahead.
I think before we get into the statistics, I think that it's really important. Like when you and I were going through that stage of, first of all, definitely if you're getting married, you definitely want to discuss whether you're having children before you get married. When Steve and I met, we never discussed whether we were going to have children, what religion we were, where we wanted to live. We never discussed any of that. Like, those are really important things I think you should discuss before you get married. So we were 5 years into being married, 4 years into being married before you asked me about having children.
I think it was less than that.
Could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been. I never intended on having children. And
you could have told me.
I should have told you.
I had this whole plan.
I can't believe you didn't ask me.
I wanted 8 kids.
Well, I didn't know you should have asked me. We never had that discussion. I think that, again, it's really super.
Destroyed me.
I mean, it sounds so trite now because I look back, and everyone should ask each other if you're going to have children. That's a pretty important decision because I think that's probably the one decision you can't compromise in a marriage. I mean, you can almost compromise anything except having children.
Yeah.
Because once you have kids, like you said in the last podcast.
I just thought you were hot. I want to jump your bones. That's what I was thinking.
And I thought you were hot. Well, that has nothing to do with children.
I'm just saying.
Okay. I thought you were pretty hot too.
All right.
We'll be right back. No, I mean, it never equated to me of having children.
Yeah.
And I remember Steve and I having that conversation. And he's like, well, when do you want to start having kids? I'm like, I probably should have told you. I don't plan on having kids. And you were okay. I mean, which is amazing because, again, that's something you can't really compromise.
I cried all night. I just never told you.
Not.
No, I cried all night.
But I think that the programming.
I didn't tell you that. Because I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
The programming we have growing up is you just, you get out of school, you get engaged, you get married, you have children, in that order, and I think
you get a dog.
And you get a dog, and I think that that's super important. Obviously, everyone knows that's listening should ask or at least have that discussion. We never discussed it. Luckily, it worked out for us. But yeah, no. I mean, I never wanted children. Never saw myself having kids, and I don't know if you really did either.
Well, I figured I got to raise you for the rest of my life. That's going to be enough. But I thought we'd have some small ones too.
Ooh,
to run around. Like Snow Miser, and then the little Snow Miser.
Yeah, right.
Mr. Snow Miser.
Right. Yeah, no, but that was just programming. I mean, did you really want children?
I just thought that's what you did. No, I knew people in high school even, they used to say, oh man, I can't wait. Everyone assumed you're staying around the neighborhood,
Right.
Oh, we're going to have barbecues. Like, we were sophomores in high school, and I remember kids saying that.
Guys talking about it.
Guys, my friends saying, oh, we're at barbecues on Sunday, and our kids are playing in the pool, and we'll have a pool, and we'll, barbecue hamburgers and drink beer. And I'm thinking, man, I'm getting the hell out of here for one thing. I'm not staying around here, but I didn't say that. But I thought, I want to grow up myself. I always wanted to grow up, fast. I want to get out there, get a car, get an apartment.
When do you plan on starting that process?
Well, I'm working on it. I'm building up.
Okay, all right.
A failure to launch.
Get ready to get ready.
It's been 50 years, but I feel like I'm on the right track.
Okay.
I feel like I was on a sideline. Now
That's great.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah, thanks.
Glad to hear it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, no, but yeah, people really, some people just want to have children.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know women, but even guys that I knew were like, oh man, I'm having kids. I just can't wait to, like they're kids that want to have kids.
I don't get it.
And I mean, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Again, just a discussion you should have before you get married.
Yeah. We just didn't talk about it.
Never talked about it.
I know. And then you said, I remember we were walking on the beach in Florida.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And I thought about it later than I thought, well, I never thought about, it just never occurred to me we wouldn't. But I remember we said, okay, we agreed. Let's table it for like a year.
Right, and see.
And then let's see. And then
we never had that conversation again.
No, I think we did. I think we did.
I don't remember having that.
I think over years you said, are you sure you're okay about it or whatever?
Oh,
and I was like, yeah,
course,
I think so. And then we're like, okay, all the hamburger and the fries. It was never an issue.
No, but we got lucky because it is for a lot of people. Okay, so now go over your statistics. Again, I just think that people assume, because of the upbringing, I don't think that's so much anymore. That tradition. Okay, well, what's your statistics?
I guess what I would say to people, whether it is in your mind or not, make sure you talk about it for one, but make sure you think about it yourself because that is a commitment you can't reverse.
Yeah.
Those kids are there for the rest of your life, and now they move back in.
Yeah, they never leave.
They're 40 years old. They're still living with you, or 50
I know, and it's the smartest thing I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, they're geniuses.
Oh
of
my
course,
gosh,
they get everything for free.
We were waiting to get out of the house at 18, and now these kids don't want to leave. It's super smart.
Should live in the basement forever. It's genius. I love it, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, but I would say just think about it because I don't regret it now. I think that was like the greatest you ever had, because going forward.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, so here are the statistics from Pew Research. 44% of what they call non-parents, adults with no kids. 44% say they will not have children. They will not. 44% of people that are adults.
Holy
right now,
cow.
44.
That's almost 50% of the population.
Right. So what do you think? I know I'm quizzing you, but this is a big deal.
Okay.
What's the reason? 56% of the people say this is their reason. 56%.
They don't want kids.
They just don't want kids. That's it. Ding, 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 ding. You win.
They don't want kids.
All right.
Why is that such a surprise to people? I think, it is really hard. I remember telling my sisters and mother, of course, that we're not going to have children. And it really got to the point every Christmas to go, well, there's something wrong. They were wanting something to be physically wrong with me.
We had a lot of people say that.
Don't ask. I'm so sorry. Yeah, don't. Yeah.
If you've had people say they're sorry.
Absolutely.
Oh, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you can't have kids. I'm like, no, we can have kids. I just chose not to.
Yeah.
And they were just like, that was a big thing back in the 80s. You didn't, it was almost like you didn't have that choice, like it was just natural. So I'm glad to see people are stopping and thinking about it. And I remember my nieces that are not that much younger than me, talking with my niece that's probably a little bit younger than you, a couple years, but then, age. And she said she didn't know she had a choice. She really, she had 3 kids, beautiful children. Yeah. And she said she didn't know she had a choice.
Yeah. You kind of feel like you don't.
I don't know where y'all got that from, but most people did.
Well, then some people, have a situation where there's special needs, like you're raising a special needs, and you're my special needs kid.
I was waiting for that. Okay,
you feel better now? You, Doug,
do you feel better now?
Easy.
Do you feel
it's
better?
Not been easy.
You just zinged me. I hope you like it.
You're so special. You are so special.
Literally.
You are so special.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no, yeah. So okay. The second reason is way down. 19% of people don't have kids because of medical reasons.
Oh, medical.
No, medical.
Because they can't.
19%. Yeah. So that's
always sad.
That's sad, right? So maybe they can adopt or whatever.
Lots of kids out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
There'll be more now.
I know with Roe v. Wade, we won't get into it, but oh my gosh.
No, we're not. We're not getting into it.
Who's going to pay for all these kids?
Read the statistics.
Who's going to pay for them?
Read the statistics.
All right. Number 3, financial reasons, 17%.
Because they're expensive.
Yeah, they're expensive.
It's really expensive.
The average kid, they say in America, is $250,000 to raise from birth to 18.
Right.
Now, if you go to college, it's probably another $250,000.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
College is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's just not even worth it anymore. I don't think. Not at that price. But another show, another time. So 15% have no partner. They say I don't have a partner.
So you can't have children?
Can't have children.
We have friends that have no partners with kids.
The kids on their own? We do. Do I know those friends of ours?
We have one that just came to the speech workshop a couple of weeks ago. She had in vitro.
Oh, that's right. Right. I was thinking that. Okay, right.
Without having,
right. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, right. Good point. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 5 is the partner's age. They got too old. The partner got too old, or they got too old.
Yeah, right.
Number 6 was state of the world, 9%.
I don't know if I would not have kids, but I would tell you what, it'd be a tough press for me to have children now.
Dawn, they can't even go to school now. They got fences around the schools and people shoot them.
Churches, malls, theaters.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like being a kid.
That's not too unrealistic.
We're riding our bikes around, skateboarding.
Oh yeah. Hanging out.
No helmets.
Hanging out under streetlights.
Yeah, come home. Everyone seems to have that story back in our day. Come home when the streetlights. Better come when the streetlights.
Absolutely.
My mother would yell, "Dinner time!"
That's because
you can hear it.
We didn't have Apple Watches.
Yeah, no Apple Watches. Yeah,
alarms on it that we had to go home.
I know we're out doing something.
It's very interesting.
It's a different world.
It is,
and I don't know if it's just obviously these shootings and stuff. It's like I don't even know what that's all about. I mean, geez, it's crazy. Maybe it's about guns, but again, okay, it's about guns, but it's about people shooting guns too. So it's got to be a mentality behind that wasn't there before.
And these are kids shooting the guns.
I know.
I mean, we're talking 21, 22 year olds.
A lot of times they're young.
They're young with some.
So state of the world, I don't know if I'd want to bring a kid into this world. I really don't.
I don't know either. But for those of us that are in business, there's pros and cons. I mean, I always wanted to have a career and wanted to focus on the marriage, and I never wanted children. I just didn't want them, but for business, it was a great decision because we can spend 24/7 working on the business without having the distraction.
Is that you're talking about? Your tennis career?
The tennis career.
Your tennis career?
I get to work 24/7. Y'all heard it live. Steve just said, I can work 24/7 on my tennis career.
24? No, I just said you mentioned your career. I was just wondering if you're referencing your tennis.
I didn't play tennis back then.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say I didn't play tennis today. It rained all day. I
didn't play tennis today.
Yeah.
But no, I think that But when you have kids and you got to do that balance work life, I think you have to do it anyway without kids, but it's just more difficult. And so there's a lot of challenges. I mean, you have parents that have children and are business together. You're juggling a bunch of plates.
Yeah.
And that's not easy to do.
My God,
I hope you can help.
driving back and forth to the stuff and
then
all the worries.
I mean,
just the kids obviously going to school and everything and the dangers and all this craziness, but then imagine being a parent worrying about your kid being in school. In a school.
I know.
I mean, they're little kids. I mean, why you but you have to.
You have to.
A lot of the parents are homeschooling kids because they say, I'm not sending them to a school, and I don't blame them.
I don't either, but then the kids are missing out on a lot of things.
You're getting
well, I think our niece.
The boys don't learn to ask the girls out. You got to learn to work the system.
They text.
Yeah, but they don't know them because they're not at the school.
That's right. No,
there's no chicks.
That's true. There's no chicks,
actually,
man. They have homeschool get-togethers and field trips.
When I was 5 years old, I didn't text because there was no text. But I remember the chick I was after when I was 5.
5 years old.
Kindergarten. Bridget Adams. Morning, you had morning and afternoon kindergarten. Do they do that now? Morning and afternoon?
I didn't go to kindergarten.
Of course you did, sweetie. You are special. What did you get to go to first grade?
I went to first grade.
Did you? Okay. They just give you crayons.
Cut. Can I get
obviously academically excelled.
Can I get a professional here? Can I get someone I can?
And I had the 128 box of Crayolas.
I'm not sure bragging.
I had the sharpener on each side. I was like, people like,
sure you did.
128, rich kid. Where were we? Kindergarten.
Yeah.
Oh, Bridget Adams. Yeah, she was my crush in kindergarten. I didn't text her because we didn't have text back then.
Good.
I think I wrote it on a crayon.
How much?
I like you. Do you like me?
How much does the audience want to know if Steve's tried to look her up on Facebook in the last 10 years?
Oh! 10 years? Let's call it 8 years.
Okay. No, I mean, back to having kids.
She's really old now.
I think that, no, right? I just think that it's a big decision, and I don't think that people should be put out in any way if they make the decision not to have children like we were. Because we did get talked about a lot. People used to ask us, "Are y'all really married?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're married.
Yeah.
We just chose not to have children. We have a business instead, and 2 dogs."
Well, number 6 is climate change. 5% of people say climate change is going to destroy the world, and I don't want to have a kid here when it happens. I'll tell you what, all these climate change deniers are ridiculous. I mean, it is a real thing. I mean, I don't understand the denying of science in America. This does not happen the same way in other developed countries in the world.
No, I know.
We are so emotional in this country. I just can't even believe it. People deny
We're just
science.
immature. I think we're immature.
We're just like little kids.
No, I know. They
We
deny science.
It's like, climate doesn't change, doesn't it? Oh, you kidding me? Talk to a scientist. Where are you reading? The National Enquirer?
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, I mean, I can kind of see.
We're leaving our kids with this state of the world that's not going to...
I can see both
terrible.
of those. I can see the state and the climate change. And God bless all those people who are having babies right now, because, you're in for I'm afraid you're in for a long discovery when it comes to all of that.
I just feel, we don't even have kids, which means we're not going to have grandkids or anything. No kids, in our lineage. And I still feel really bad that we're leaving all these young people.
I do too. Yeah.
I mean, even young people now that are teenagers or 20 or 25.
Our generation, the baby boomers really screwed everybody.
We'll do whatever the hell we want to do. We won't fix climate change.
No.
We're going to be dead, by the way, and here's the world.
Right.
Sorry,
Right.
You didn't get to live like we did, but we don't give a shit because we're gone. It's like there's something real wrong about that.
I think the baby boomers...
We should leave it better for them than then we found it. I mean,
agree.
isn't that you're supposed to have it? The next generation's supposed to have it better
and better,
not
and
worse.
Better. Yeah,
but we don't care. We don't seem to care.
No,
we just we
keep doing it.
We're denying the climate change, and meanwhile, the scientists are saying we're running out of time. Right. You have to fix it now, right. and we're in the so
industry keeps going.
I feel really badly about that.
I do too.
I
do too.
I just feel I think we're really screwing the younger generation. It's just not right. They don't deserve that, but.
We have in many ways.
Yeah.
Taxes.
Yeah. A lot of ways,
environment.
Different
debt,
show, probably.
Debt. Country debt.
Debt, for sure.
So.
Yeah, we'll just spend the money and run it up and leave you. Sorry.
Yeah, we're out.
It's too bad.
We'll be dead.
It's too, exactly. It's too bad. But number 7 is your partner doesn't want kids, 2%.
Okay.
So, pretty interesting
Interesting
stuff,
statistics.
huh?
Yeah, it's an important topic.
Again, a lot of it was is rooted in religion. When people feel religion, they feel like they want to have kids, and there's a religious background with that, and
I think that's great. If that's
it's great.
What
I'm saying is religion is
moving away,
decreasing in this country.
So that's why people are starting to.
I think people are thinking for themselves because they're not having this.
They're not being programmed and brainwashed.
Yeah, they're not being indoctrinated. They're starting to say, hey, maybe I should think for myself and do what I want to do instead of what I think some
right.
the sky is thinking
I was certainly brainwashed in church.
I mean, it's just crazy.
I was definitely brainwashed. I'm not saying that was negative, but definitely brainwashed.
Well, when they take you to church when you're 2 years old, you don't have much of a choice, do you?
Oh, no.
You know what? If they think religion in this country, or any country for that matter, is so effective, then I'll tell you what, don't take a kid to church until they're 18. And then say, now I'm going to introduce you to the church and see if it works, see if it sticks. You couldn't get an 18-year-old to believe that stuff or anything. But if you indoctrinate a child when they're 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 years old, like they did us, and that's why I get fired up about it, because I feel very angry that I was indoctrinated. I really do. This is, and okay, it's another show. I get it. You're looking at me like I'm going off on another show, and I am. So I won't go off. But I'm just saying.
Say it and let's get out. Say what you're going to say and let's get out.
Just trying to wrap it in a bow.
Okay.
A lot of these things, I'm just saying, a lot of these things are because the movement, people, our generation and generations before us were just indoctrinated with no choice of our own because we were babies, literally. They baptize you when you're how old? It's 5 days. They dunk you in water.
Okay, Steve, move on. Stop.
You don't even have a choice.
Okay, so
I want a choice.
I know.
I'm an individual. You don't own me. You don't own me. I own myself. No one owns me. I should have my own choice, but when I'm a baby, I don't have a choice. You indoctrinate me, and then I have to live by it. People are that's why the younger people are getting smarter, because they're going, you know what? I'm going to think for myself. I don't need someone to think for me. I'm going to think and they're 10 years old when they're thinking it, because they read their cell phone or smartphones, and they say, hey, I can actually think. I have a right to think for myself. I'm an individual, and they're right. And they're smarter because they're more educated than we were. Okay, you're giving me the nod. I get it. We're off topic. Okay, so anyway, childless by choice statistics. It's something to think about as you go forward.
Cut.
So, all right, with that, Dawn's giving me the axe. I have nowhere to go here. So I'm just going to kill it.
Our listeners are like texting me right now.
Thank you. Okay, I'm out.
Thank you, Dawn.
Remember to subscribe.
Thank you. Does he have to come back next week?
Success Money Marriage. SuccessMoneyMarriage.com. Subscribe. We'll send you an email every week. And you won't miss anything Dawn has to say, which can be fascinating stuff.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.